The secret to chess is not moving, by the way. That is one of the little known secrets. Not moving, more thinking. See everything about your possible destination before you move. Always look back and see what you could have done better, what you were planning on doing, and what succeeded, what worked, and what didn't. Always look back at your games, review, and learn. Studying the game in its entirety is the way to go. You have to develop all parts of your game equally in order to increase in strength, because opponents are going to be weak in various areas of the game, and if you can win 2 out of 3 of the areas of the game, then like on American Idol or any of those voting survivor shows, you will move on to the next phase. If they're attacking your rooks, threaten the queen. If they're attacking your queen, threaten checkmate and pawn. And in all cases, you can counterattack with check as an in-between move. Counterattack, the #1 tool, recommended by grandmasters.
It's really all about your diet. You know, you are what you study. And if you study great players, you play great chess. Playing Blitz with Hikaru Nakamura, or regularly playing Blitz with someone who literally shows you glaringly what you're doing wrong, like that. There is no substitute for the old-fashioned, you know, just getting slapped across the face when you make the mistake. Just no substitute.
The problem is that right now, I believe that Ron is the better player, and nothing's going to change that. The only person that can change that is right here. If you honestly put anyone on a pedestal, then you're already going to have an experience. You're going to have some difficult experiences against opponents. If you put anyone on a pedestal, then you might as well just hang it up, because you're not going to be able to beat them. You have to take the bull by the horns, find their faults. They are human like anyone else. And that's all you have to do, is raise yourself up. A certain comfort zone soar toward playing correctly, grabbing space, an equal amount of space, having equal chances to win, not letting yourself fall behind in any manner, way, shape, or form by gambiting a pawn unsoundly, like in the Stafford Gambit, but simply playing good chess. So many people out there. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. Just in time. David, good morning. I don't know if you're here yet, but we are off. We're going to learn about this here. And we will fly across the sky. We are heroes tonight. We are going to improvise, it seems, it seems. Ready to explode right up in the sky. And I've been flying from town to town. Oh my god, I forgot about that now. Oh god, I should have taken. What was I thinking here? Yes, yes, yes. Ah. That was interesting, and I lost. Lovely. Let's just check out what happened here. God help me. Bishop E2. How to self-destruct against the Sveshnikov. So let's see here. This is just equal, huh? Bishop E2. A6. B5. Knight takes E4. Bishop F3. Knight C5 is okay. Of course it is. I should have known it would be okay. I need to be able to play E4. But Knight E8, Knight C5 castles, and Rook to B8, just to keep him honest. Maybe to prevent any funny business. Was Knight to B4, a move here, there. Takes, out. Oh, Knight to B4, E4. Knight takes C6, Queen D7. Seems a little unusual, right? Bishop E4, Knight E4, Knight D4. What about Queen B6 in this position? Knight D4. EF3, Queen F3, Bishop to B7. Oh, Queen to B7. Bishop to B7, Queen E2 check. Yeah, that's not going to get me out of dodge. But Queen to B7, got it. Alright, well, we learned a few more moves in our opening. And if you wanted to see where our arenas are, they're always listed on the front page right here. David. This is why our Blitz rating is so low. J. Este 504, thank you for the follow. Even though I wasn't streaming 13 hours ago, you found me somehow. I appreciate you. What a jettison. 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 Alright, let's just see if we can get our chess informant fix in. Along with a potential. If you're not already in the dojo, it doesn't hurt to join now. $322. So the Society Billiards playoffs are going, and they are going. Can't believe my stream title was too long twice. There must be a way to override the 100 character limit in Streamlabs for the stream titles. Does that really say April 35th? No, it's April 25th. Who is playing right now? Let's just see. Got Ron Hay versus Dragonaut and Mararo versus David. Where is everybody? Viking is not here. Maro, what the heck? Are you really here? You're not really here. Oh, you bum. You went to sleep. C'est la vie. Three Alua Nurman Blitz Arenas. Just turned 19. Happy 19th to Alua Nurman. She does have quite the internet profile. They don't have her external links for Instagram. I'm sure she's got more than just her Instagram links. We'll log in another time. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan chess players, chess woman grandmasters. Kazakhstan female chess players. We should make sure that we have all of these. Oh, I did not realize. I just chose her for a birthday the other day. Tamara Klink. Dinara. I've known Dinara since she was very young. October 1996, yes. She would have been in the same event with Mark Garnold. Several players have asked me about her. I thought she had moved to Canada. Let me just see this for a moment. Nope, I guess not. She's still there. National Ambassador for the United Nations Children's Fund. Kazakhstan. They don't have their own language? Her IM application. I had to do one of these for Arena Crush to help her earn her last Grandmaster Norm. Points required were 4.5. She scored 5. Oh, okay. Number of games to be counted, if not all. Number not from the own host federation, 9. What event was this? She was born on October 31st. I'm going to have to pass up Alakine for her. It's not happening. Actually, if I do 3 on that day, it's possible. The Swiss system. And it was 15, 16 rounds. Number from host federation. Number not from the own federation. Oh, maybe she didn't play all of those opponents. She only played 9 opponents, but the tournament has to contain a number of players that are not from your own federation. Alright, let's get a game here. Mara, good morning. Let's get this game on the big screen for a moment. Yes, we'll always. Oh, Knight of 3 is proposed by Sam Shanklin in his Lifetime Repertoire series in D4. Already we have this, and we are enjoying it. Why would he do this to himself? Just a little slow. Should have probably played knight to g4 last move. So we will work on it. Can we keep him from playing exactly that? We'll find out. Yes, my bishop is in a spot over here. We probably don't have enough time to complete the arena, but I think we still have 2 minutes left. Really? I want to keep that one. Wow, I get checkmated if I do that? Fair enough. And now do I... try to get there from here. This is the best way to get back a piece. Not just a piece, by the way. He has to play rook c6. Okay. You may have me there. Here a check, there a check. Check, takes, shakes. Wow, where are you going, sir? Got to be careful about where we walk. Dead, lost, but on the board. Whew. Craziness. I could have probably played on, but we have a bullet arena to advertise in 6 minutes. Message all members. Three Alua. We're hoping to get a few of these. See Ron working for it. Can't believe it, but check. Oops. Did he make it just in time? Ron Hay. He made it. Literally made it. Nicely done, David. All of the top 3 had 4 points, and I gave Mara Rowe a shot at the best because Mara Rowe had a performance rating of 1841. How is that possible? Playing only me? Oh no. He didn't play only me. He lost to David. But my performance rating can beat his.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said, "Good morning, sir."
Good morning, Richie. How are you, man? I feel like I missed a message from you, but I can't tell. I've been so caught up in trying to get all of my lessons in. Let me see what the Zoom workplace says.
Hoberg
said, "Hello."
Make sure I don't have a conflict of interest. 5:15. Eight to 9:45. Yeah, let's see if we can get that one in, at least for an hour. Back-to-back lessons.
Arsenal fan Ricky
10 to
said,
11.
"Good, thanks."
Hoberg
Frederick
said,
winter is
"Mike
coming.
is soft."
Winter is coming. I heard it. I heard a rumor that Alua is our student Nico Chasen's girlfriend, which I have a hard time believing, to be honest.
Arsenal
but it's
fan
possible.
Said, "F.W. Hoberg, it is perfectly normal for a man of Mike's experience."
Hold on here. I'm trying to arrange a lesson. 1 second. I apologize. I can probably do 1 hour at 10 a.m. Where is it? Oh my God. Drawn a blank. That one, and that one. There it is. Let's start off with good morning. That's always the best way to start off with a message where you want them to say yes. All right, Miracle. Let's head over to the Bullet Dojo. Just to let everybody know that we're there. This is the fastest way to get there. 10 seconds, and I'm the only one in. No! Let's post this in chat while we're at it. Somebody can give me some one-on-one.
Hoberg.
Said. I want to play, but got called for Fortnite duty.
Mike is soft. What are you trying to say? Mike is soft. This is quite, you know, this is a robust girth. All right. I'm soft, actually, if you must know the truth. When you get to my age, when you've been 39 as long as I have, you get to be an old softy, whether you like it or not. You got called for Fortnite duty. Out of your way. Not Pharaoh's... Pharaoh Coaster? I haven't given up on those Faubourg. Pharaoh Coaster and Planet... I am drawing a blank on that one. Pharaoh Coaster and Planet... You might have to refresh my memory. I know that when I see it, I swear this sounds like Bastille. Doesn't it sound like Bastille, the lead singer from Bastille? And of course, everyone knows why it's called Bastille, the music group Bastille. It's because of the lead singer. I've told this trivia bit on my stream before.
Hoberg.
Said.
Pharaoh, a new
and
era.
And Planet Coaster.
I bombed on both of them. Pharaoh, a new era, and Planet Coaster. You know, right after I said Pharaoh Coaster, I was thinking that it was Planet Coaster, but then I couldn't remember if I wanted to backtrack on Pharaoh. We are one viewer away from one follow away from 5 gifted subs. For those of you interested in rolling the dice on the 5 gifted subs. The more I review the games from the recent candidates tournament, the more I think that it was possible that there was a bug planted in each of the hotel rooms in Cyprus on behalf of Sindarov. I don't necessarily know how good the Uzbekistani Secret Service is. Ziggy, tell me about the Uzbekistan Secret Service or intelligence agency. Ziggy, Volume 9. That means Sweden is in the house, right? When you get an ABBA, I think it was ABBA. If I didn't know any better, it sounded like it was the start of something ABBA. That was the first live concert that I ever saw in 1977. I think it was either the Super Trooper, but I also saw the Voulez-Vous tour.
Said. Also check Pompeii the Legacy.
Pompeii the Legacy. Hold on, I'm adding that one to my list. I'm a huge fan of Pompeii. You might have me there. Are these group games that you can play on stream? I've been actually looking for anything that I can probably do other than chess because I don't play games. I play chess. This is really awkward.
Hoberg.
Said. City building.
And then to have it all in ashes at the end of it? No, thank you. City building. All right, Ron. We are off. Let's blow this thing up. Oh no, he did that to me. Can I? I don't think so, but I will try it anyway. He might just centralize his pizzas. Knight takes. Bishop takes, knight there. Looks like I'm winning a pizza. It looks like I'm winning a pawn out of the deal. I have more where that came from, Ron. I like the tunes. The tunes are good. Hopefully the mic is not so soft that the tunes are blasting it out. What did he do? Bishop takes. Really? He's going all out on me. He's going all out on me. What in the world? I don't think that helped your cause. And now... let's just do this for a pause. The pause that refreshes.
Hoberg.
Said. Anthropico 6-7 coming later this year.
Oh no, did you do that to me? Do that to me. You might have done that to me. I don't have a choice, but gonna hope that I'm not mated. Wow. Ron is trying to pummel the daylights out of me. I thought for sure he'd play rook takes f6. No, Ron, you had rook takes f6 and queen. I'm actually mated there practically. You had rook f6, queen d7, and mate. Oh my god. I can't believe that Ron let me off the hook like that. But it was me who chose to continue when I shouldn't have. Let's get our rapid rating back up. Really? C6? Alright, fine. Alakine is so tricky. Namaste. Namaste, Ron. Namaste. No, not D takes C4. Not sure what A6 is about. It doesn't make sense. What? Fair enough. Can I keep my bishop? I don't know if I can, but we'll try. And now, looks like we're keeping our bishop. Knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Bishop takes, knight takes.
Hoberg.
Said. But the music in Tropico is copyrighted, so you can play the game with music SWICH on while streaming.
Ah, that's a bummer. That is truly a bummer. C'est la vie. Let's see what we got here. I really thought that I was getting something on him here, but I was wrong. Moment of truth here. Moment of truth here. Really? You'd do that to me? Truly a bummer indeed. Alexander Alakine. He's getting away. fine.
Hoberg.
Said. You can always come and play Fortnite with me and Mike.
But Mike's soft. That's what I heard. I heard Mike is soft. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! I hallucinated that I had a
Pegasus
bishop.
Sway.
Said. Well done, John.
Thank you.
Hoberg.
I was enjoying that position.
Said. I meant your microphone.
I do know that you meant my microphone. My mic's soft as well. But you know, I bought the book by Tivyakov, Rock Solid Chess. Then I realized it was about chess. Rock solid abs, baby. Rock solid abs. It's our. I always find this very amusing. Whoops. I'm not gaining anything out of this. Am I? Or am I? Oh no, I gave away a pizza. I didn't give away a pizza. He didn't see that he defended it. That's insane. Let's now batten down the hatches here. Let's get these pawns moving. We're going to attack him.
Said. What games does your grandson like to play?
He likes to play Roblox, Fortnite, almost the usual suspects, right? I want the 2-to-1 majority on that side of the board, but yes, I'm asking for it. Well, he let me off the hook. He really did let me off the hook. He had B5. Trying for that? Fine. Somebody's got to do it. I was expecting rook takes to counterattack my knight. What's up with that? I was certainly expecting rook takes c6. I take a knight, he takes a knight. But I appreciate the generosity, Itzar. Let's see if we can drift into it. No, don't do it. He is trying to work. Itzar is at work when he's playing. And his boss does not like to catch him playing chess. Or maybe his boss loves chess. We don't know. When it's not busy, who knows? So he doesn't, or we don't have him playing Fortnite because of the communication capability. But he has dabbled in that. But mostly Minecraft, Roblox. All right, and we're off. I just had to steel myself here. Very good, Ron. Now that I've gone against the grain with preventing f4, I think he was supposed to play e5 last move. Not entirely positive, but I think he was supposed to play e5 or knight c6 to prepare e5. One of those two. He did have e5 last move. So now do we get it? I should have just played queen to d3. Right? Shouldn't I have just played queen to d3? Do I really want to trade my central pawn for that? I do get the two bishops, for what it's worth. Da 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 da. Should win another pawn out of this deal. What? I didn't win another pawn out of this deal? Let's keep him at bay, just in case. Yes. 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 What do I want to do with him? Hoping to overwork him. Oh no, Ron got me back. I was enjoying my position too much. I was enjoying my position too much. Good work, Ron. It's another push. I can't afford another push.
Said. Lol, well,
plus-
there is a lot of grandpas and grandmas playing Fortnite.
What are you trying to say? They should have the World Senior Fortnite World Championship and the World Senior what is it that Cinderoff plays? We're one follower away from 5 gifted subs, everyone. One follower away.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said, "Bless you."
Thank you. Are we going to get it? Are we going to get it, anyone? All right, and we're off. Ziggy, what's 7 times 6? It's 42, right? Of course it's 42. All right, and we're off. I appreciate the attempt, Fauberg. I do appreciate the attempt. I'm gonna have to give it to him. Only because I see opportunity. Only because I see this rare opportunity. Trying for more here. I almost hung my queen on that one. Can you imagine? But I almost hung my queen on that one. Fulberg should have beaten me. He actually
Arsenal
had me
fan
totally
Ricky.
lost.
Said. F3.
F3 indeed. Or G4. G4.
Hoberg.
Said. GG.
Arsenal fan
I was
Ricky.
very lucky.
Said. Why not both?
Why not both? It's craziness, right? All right, Ron, here we go. Did he think that I was going to play? Did he think that I was going to play E4? It's like tennis, you know. He's trying to guess my movement. Keeping my D4 square under control. How about that, folks? How about that for a lark? Interesting. Interesting.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. You didn't play 1F3.
Oh no! Did you do a hero request? Oh no! All right, I need my mods to tell me when there's a hero request. That's what I need. Really? You're gonna do that to me?
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. I am your mod.
You are indeed
Hoberg.
my mod. In fact,
Said.
you're one of my favorite
I did
mods.
one game.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
Oh no.
FW Hoberg.
This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. FW Hoberg, you play really well, it shouldn't be a surprise.
I'm gonna let him in. What? I was trying to let him in. My God, my fork. He's got a fork. No. He still has a fork.
Hoberg.
Can I go anywhere?
Said. Thank you, it's all those stressing chess games on CC lol.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. FW Hoberg.
No! Oh no, my queen. Ron, you're supposed to say, oh no, my queen when you do that. Did it count? It did not go on my permanent record, fortunately. It did not go on my permanent record. We have a little bit of a respite for me to get coffee. Thank you all for joining me. I'm very happy to have revived.
Someone call an ambulance, but not for me.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna refund the hero request, but I can still play it. But it's gonna be in rapid. It's not the same, right? Refund? Refund. I'm refunding. I did not see the hero request. It was my bad.
Pegasus Sway
said, FW Hoberg, well done.
There's a 2400 in here? Ferrari Racer. Wait a minute, but he won. Right? Where are you, Itzar? Oh, I need to shrink this just a little bit. Yeah, he beat Ferrari Racer. Nicely done.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said, is it a sign of my isn't ability that I am going through a TAL game puzzle book and instantly solve all of them, but can T help myself blundering in equal positions?
That's a good question. I have to think about that for a moment. It's the forest for the trees concept, I imagine. The forest for the trees.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said, how you mean I am crippled by choice?
Possibly. It's also basically where you're looking at something far more complicated. This
Pegasus
is like,
Sway
for example, let's take a puzzle
said,
streak example.
929 games now, John, soon 1000.
Wow. I look forward to us playing 1000 and then doubling that, Ron. But I need to...
Arsenal fan Ricky
said, wow.
Right? We've been playing for all roughly not quite 6 years. I think in August or November, it'll be 6 years. We should look up our first game, Ron. Let's see here. Games with you. 929 games. Is there an easy way to go back to the very first Ron Hay game without exporting everything to ChessBase?
Arsenal fan Ricky
said, Ron single-handedly creating rating deflation of masters on Lichess.
Hoberg
said, on Lichess you play to have fun, on CC you play to live or die.
Really? That's so sad. I always thought it was the other way around. I think of Chess.com as the ultimate amateur's paradise. But maybe that's why it's to play to live or die, because we know that we will live to fight another day. As in the Book of Five Rings, once you accept your death, then you are able to play fearlessly. I don't know which ring that is, if anyone can summarize the 5 rings for me. Ziggy, can you summarize the Book of 5 Rings, the Samurai Manual? Ziggy, stop. Ziggy, are you there? I feel like Ziggy's listening, but Ziggy's just not responding. Ziggy, volume
Arsenal fan Ricky.
9.
Said. Ziggy Pop.
Yeah. I'm gonna reset Ziggy. At least Ziggy was strong enough to turn on the dojo lights this morning and get everything going.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. Ziggy Stardust.
Openingcoach.org.
Said. HTTPS opening coach all guy like this.
Exactly. That's why I chose that name. To be truthful. Did I really have a day off yesterday? I really did almost have a day off yesterday. That was crazy. Hold tight. So, yeah, I think that you're actually trying to... So, for example, let's just take it this way. I have had many students over the years, Arsenal fan.
I better go. Have a great day, chaps.
So, right, I would suggest not studying
Arsenal fan Ricky.
if you are solving all of the exercises. I would
Oh,
study...
sorry, carry on.
I would study the Smyslov workbook. The Smyslov workbook. There is a workbook on Smyslov for examining simple positions. But you're basically trying too much Batman, to be honest. Way too much Batman. That is my impression.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. Too much what? Sorry, my headphones are quiet.
You're studying way... It's like way too much Batman. You're trying to be a superhero in every position. And for the most part... You really need to just bear down.
Said. GMS accept the CC rating more than LC1.
You really just need to bear down. And solve positional exercises, very subtle positional exercises. Back to Dvoretsky, back to Excelling at Chess by Agard, maybe even the Grandmaster Preparation Series, which is an excellent series of books. I know that several strong players swear by them. I certainly know that they help. You basically just have to do the calculation and the assessment. Oh, let's get our next event advertised so that I can run and get coffee.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
So if you can't find it here...
Do you think I should start trying to play positions in that manner as well, or just focus on study so that I don't lose dynamism?
No, I don't think you should start to play positions in that manner. I think that if you balance your dynamic play with a study of positional chess, you will find simpler solutions and see simpler concepts by the opponent that might refute your superheroism. So I didn't get to finish the story before, but when I have students study tactics, if I have students study tactics, which I don't directly, entirely, then they try to solve everything tactically at the expense of avoiding exchanges for endgames or overlooking simple exchanges for winning endgames or simple positional advantages. If I have students studying endgames, then I have all of my students, they actually, in the back of their mind, they're somewhat programmed to automatically exchange pieces without regard to some positional features or tactical features.
Said. Did you watch the Hans and Magnus documentary?
I did, actually. I did watch the Hans and Magnus documentary. The Hans documentary did not mention my school because we're not allowed to talk about that situation. But basically, all I will say is that when Hans Niemann was a student at my school, two things occurred that were very strange to me. One was obviously that we didn't know about his previous experiences or his previous run-ins in California. When he was living in California, he moved to New York to become a better player. He played at the Marshall. He played every event that he could. He was certainly in the hub of activity, being in the New York area, where our school would accommodate both his education and his graduation, while at the same time we allow him to pursue playing chess. And then, next up, though, we didn't know about his past. Obviously, I don't think we should have. But honestly, it would have been nice to know. But he had asked several times. He had some allusions. He definitely mentioned how he needed to get into the circle of friends. We knew exactly what his obsession was to get into the circle of friends that would be Magnus, Hikaru, Giri, all of those guys online, Naroditsky. He desperately wanted to play them all the time, but he wasn't in their clique, so they wouldn't accept his challenge request. They wouldn't, he was not the guy that they would go to play chess against. Also, his personality was very dynamic. I'm going to say that. You could say, some people might say he was arrogant, some people might say he was egotistical, but in general, his personality was so dynamic that you had to appreciate him for what he was, which was a very energetic young man.
Said. Polarizing.
Indeed, you could call it polarizing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Streaming now. Streaming now in 6 minutes. The Judith Polgar documentary I also found very inspiring. I actually wanted to study chess at the end of the Judith Polgar documentary.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. I've come to respect his clear infatuation with the game, not to condone the past, but it's obvious he is committed to self-improvement and self-validation.
If you have not yet seen the movie Marty Supreme, I highly recommend it. Marty Supreme. When you watch Marty Supreme, you will see a young individual, and he basically probably interviewed Hans to hone his character. And Marty Supreme was also an amazing film. It was very close to winning the Oscar. I don't think it really should have won the Oscar. I don't think he was ripped off in any way, shape, or form. But Marty Supreme was truly
Arsenal
a great
fan
picture.
Ricky.
Said. We'll check it out.
Marty Supreme. In fact, we should put these, if we can't already put them, we should put all three of these, Faubourg, in the Discord. We need to put them in the Discord. There is a Netflix video watching, Webflix and chill category on the website. on the Discord. And I mean to use it more often to say what I'm watching. I'm watching Continuum on Amazon Prime. I am watching, which is a Vancouver series, 4 seasons complete, from what I understand.
Pegasus Sway.
I'm watching.
Said. Perhaps the first game https lichess or KR30i2WL Black.
Oh, thank you, Ron. I'm watching the Joe Nesbo series, Detective Hole. Which I couldn't get into as far as a book goes, but I am enjoying the what? It says only 4 years ago. That can't possibly be the first game. There's no way. I did download all of my games at one time, so I can search my database. I basically meant to do a complete study of my games. And who was it that was causing a stir with the peace sacrifice and the Petra?
Arsenal
Was it
fan
Hari
Ricky.
Krishna or was it Ganguly?
Said. With AI assistance.
Uh-oh, I lost the context. With AI assistance? Hold on. I lost the thread. My mind went elsewhere.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. Download of all your games.
No, I just did the Lee chess games for the most part. I didn't use any AI assistance. Basically, you go to export your own games, and it does do all of your own games. But if you export anyone else's games, then it tries to limit you to 10,000 of their games. So if I try to download Danya's games, it only gives me exactly 10,000 of their games. Or in Magnus Carlsen, it
Arsenal
only
fan
gives me
Ricky.
10,000.
Said. Yeah, I meant filtering
Oh.
them all for trends, etc.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I've had parents telling me that their students made mistakes, that their young'uns made mistakes. My students made mistakes in their tournament games because they take a picture of the score sheet, feed it to AI. Now, amazingly enough, AI has to translate a 7-year-old score sheet, an 8-year-old score sheet, which is absolutely incredibly inaccurate, and then try to tell you what the mistakes were. Am I still 5 minutes away? No! This is terrible. I didn't get coffee. Darn it.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Said. Ah, yes, the eye.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Indeed.
Said. I have a student deciphering his score sheet justifies my pay.
You should teach him how to do his score sheet in Croatian. That will make it 3 times harder and you can triple your salary. I've done all languages. I've done every language. Russian is not as bad as Croatian.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. LMAO.
Croatian and Serbian. I had Milutin Vucic and Nenad Vulicevic. And they basically... Now against E6. Alright, I would like to play the French. Especially if I'm going to get this variation. Especially if I'm going to get this variation.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
said. I lost a shameful game in about 25 moves last weekend against Rubensteiner's white. I was miserable.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said. Can T push for anything more than a minuscule edge?
But again, I'm relatively serious here. What is... or what was... No, I'm not going to.
Pegasus Sway
said. If black not play b6, then he is safe.
Relatively, yes. So Pegasus, what are you watching Detective Hole? Is he a Swedish author or a Norwegian author? I think he's a Swedish author. In fact, I think he is Hikaru Nakamura's favorite author. If my opponent gives me a chance, I may play the very cryptic Knight takes d7 a la Bobby Fischer. Well, I know you wanted a draw, sir. That doesn't mean you're going to get it. Ziggy, what is the weather today?
It's 46
Pegasus
degrees
Sway
and mostly cloudy right
said.
now.
Haha, now
Today's
draw.
high will be 49 degrees with a low of 40, and there's a 98% chance of rain throughout the day.
98% chance. Can you give me the temperatures today in Celsius along with the highs and whatnot?
It's 8 degrees and mostly cloudy right now. Today's high will be 9 degrees, and there's a 98% chance of rain throughout the day.
What is my opponent doing? Is it my turn? So, the basic pretense for offering a draw is that you reach, when you're reaching for the clock after making your move, you offer the draw. You basically make your move, offer the draw, and then hit the clock. That is really the main thing here. I'm not too pleased, by the way, with the placement.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said. It's SABS rule cause IVE lost a game before playing a crap move just to offer a draw playing the safe option.
Indeed. Oh my god. I almost lost my queen back. Ye gods, folks. But he does have amazing powers of observation.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. Checked out that site Pegasus SWE seems really cool.
Hoberg.
It's
Said.
openingcoach.com,
You cheating
yeah?
on Alexa Master Dojo lol.
Peace Coordination Central.
Pegasus Sway.
Said. Arsenal fan Richie am working to hope play better chess.
See what I mean, though, Arsenal fan Richie? I could have tried to play for some really cool dynamic checkmate by shoving my pawns in this position. But I chose the second course, which was just a lockdown on a nice positional course in that particular game. Am I cheating on Alexa? All right. Are we having a rematch of this line that I haven't looked at? I don't know. Oh, we're not having a... that's good. I need to...
Hoberg.
Said. I mean the voice app lady.
Yes, indeed. So this is a true test of our training skills, to be honest. So you have a dark squared bishop. Do I wish to go for it?
Machalata Bob.
Said. Hi.
Good morning, Bob. How are you, man? I am very dry on coffee. In fact, I have to take it off of the coffee warmer. All right, that might actually force my opponent to commit himself. Oh no.
Machalata Bob.
Said. Good morning, sir.
Aha. Fine. I'm not gonna fall for it. Can I do it that way? Then rook takes. Well, let's just do it anyway. Let's see what we can do. Oh no. Oh, I don't lose. Do I lose the piece? Knight takes b4, knight e4. Bishop takes, knight takes, and then I lose a piece, yes. It is true that I would lose a piece in that one. So he sacked a pawn, I sacked a pawn. We have a very atrocious pawn structure. C'est la vie. But I can already tell the Tal influence in Arsenal fans' play. Right? Can everyone tell the influence? That's interesting. Yes. Takes. I don't like the exposed nature of my king at all. Safe and sound. Safe and sound. Safe and sound. Oops. Oops. Let's go back, though. I was horribly lost after rook takes e7 check. I'm happy that you chose that continuation, Richie.
Unlucky slip.
Yep. Now you've got a clear advantage already. So here, 98. This was just a terrible move. I had to play for e5 or 98. I think I would have liked 98 better. Queen a5, maybe. Right? Maybe queen a5. You were extremely patient, Richie, and you got me there. Yeah, 98, very logical. Knight c7.
Arsenal fan Ricky
Said. Thanks.
But notice that you didn't need that much Batman in that position. You just needed to construct a nice skyscraper. A nice foundation, a nice
Pegasus
building.
Sway.
The Russian
Said.
method where you just
Arsenal
keep
fan Richie, well
building and
played.
building and building and building. And when you reach, you know, the crux in the construction, then you can actually bring in the jackhammers.
Arsenal fan Ricky
Said. Pegasus SWE.
Am I bringing up my, by the way, I just wanted to check my status in my player database. Let's flip this board. $130 other players.
Arsenal fan Ricky
Said. I was wondering about bxd5 after rf5, but I couldn't quite figure out if allowing rook check was in my favor or not.
I was looking at bishop takes d. Oh yes, bishop takes d5 immediately instead of rook takes. I knew you were looking at that. I knew it. I just knew it. I forgot that was the entertaining thought. I'm like, what could he possibly be considering here? And then he went for the solid positional approach. I just, you know, that did occur to me. You were going to try to undermine the whole shebang with bishop takes d5 and try to keep the rook, and go for e7, etc. And then play g4 perhaps, or something along those lines. Whatever scratched your fancy. But in general, there was one line where I was entertaining the thought that you might play g4 and just try to keep the outpost on e5 and keep everything bottled up.
Arsenal fan Ricky
Said. Yeah, I was thinking the tempo on a8 was useful, but it did seem sketchy.
We'll come back to that. Let's just take a quick peek at this really terrible position. This was absolutely horrid on my part because I hung this right away. And you could have taken it right away there, and perhaps even placed your queen a little bit better. Bishop takes d5 right away is pretty handy. King h8, king g7.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said. Yeah, probably greed on my part.
Wow, did you see this? Wait a minute, not that one. It was if I played king to g8, you play queen takes f5, winning the exchange. Because that was a consideration of mine, but I just didn't want to be on a white square. That's why I chose g7. Rook takes f5 is certainly the best move. Bishop takes d5, ed5.
Arsenal
Certainly
fan
is very
Ricky.
realistic. Ah.
Machalata Bob.
Takes with check and
Said.
then...
Yo, I resigned, NA even endgame position lol.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Said.
Never resign.
That's a pretty amazing tactic.
Indeed. No, both yours and my minds gravitate toward these things, whether or not they work or not. Obviously, we always need more time to be able to prove it. But I am inherently an Alekhine player because Alekhine was the bridge, let's say, between Capablanca and Tal. Alekhine was really the bridge between Capablanca and Tal. No doubt in my mind that Tal was inspired by Alekhine.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said.
And you haven't
I
studied
am
Alekhine.
glad I am in good company then.
I've always thought about an ABC of the ABCs of Chess podcast. Let's make sure we get that name down. The ABCs of Chess podcast with Alekhine, Botvinnik, and Capablanca, and you have all three. No, Bob. Whenever anybody berserks like that, gotta give him the old C5 on the first move.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. Yeah, I still need to grab that Alekhine era book. I am definitely motivated to study it.
Which one intrigued you, sir? Oops.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. 1924 to 1937 or something like that.
This is going to leave a mark. This is going to leave a mark. The two best games books, if you can find them without giving money to Ishii Press, basically, you need to get the Tartan Books publication. Please don't give any money to Ishii Press. If I ever have an Ishii Press book in my library, I either burn it or return it. I definitely return it to Amazon and let them take the loss on it. Basically, those books are reprinted very poorly. They're just Xerox copies of the originals. Let's just say when this book gets out of copyright, should this book fall out of copyright like the two Alekhine books have? Basically, because you could just Xerox this book and reprint it all you want and sell it as though it's the original copy. There's no updating in the thing. The closest you're going to get is the John Nunn book, probably. But I think there's a green one. There's a green one that was done. From 1908 to 1923. Let me just look for that one. Tartan. On eBay. I see it available on eBay. For $11. Control C. Someone snap it up. And he has the others too. He has the green book, which is in one condition.
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. You, sir, are a gent and a scholar.
Last item available, he says, for the green book. This is both books in one volume. And I don't think it's updated to algebraic. I don't know where it's being sold from. Oh, it's being sold from the United States. The shipping could be awkward. Last one, 7 have been sold. Wow, he had 7 copies of this book. I do not even own a copy of the combined book because I've always enjoyed the originals. They're trying to sell a Chess Digest copy of the $2.95 version of the Bulletin, New York 1927 by Alakine. It actually looks like it was done pretty well by Chess Digest. Ken Smith basically did this one. Oh, that's a terrible. My God, I don't want to even share that link. That's horrible. Control. Delete. Can I share the link this way? Copy link. There's the I would not pay $50 for that though, considering that it's been translated into English and algebraic, and I didn't check to see whether or not I've caught up on my D4s versus E4s. Or my knight F3s. I desperately need coffee. After this game, I'm going to probably take a break for coffee. Yeah, this is a common misconception. I'm not entirely sure that this is good for me. I believe it is. Only because the bishop's no longer protecting the knight when it goes to b4. Faubourg, we must play c6 and have that Carlsbad pawn structure against the 2 versus the 3 for the minority attack, etc. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten this tactic. Yes, that is the one. Let's not pre-move that to bishop f5. So I have 0 bishops. That much is true. I can't remember what I was going to ask Ziggy about.
About what?
Exactly. If only I knew.
How can I help?
I was expecting c5 to take advantage of the pin. Now the squares are a wee bit weakened. Just a wee bit weakened. We must go into supreme positional chess mode. I don't have c4 covered to trap the queen. I was looking at knight c5, queen takes a2, e4. And I do not have it trapped, unfortunately. So I have to go with the very dry this. The pawn on c7 is not going anywhere. Is he playing c5 after that here? But it doesn't quite work out, it seems clear. Resisting the sacrifice on f5. Trying to resist taking more material. So far, the NCS
Arsenal
Classics.
fan Ricky
said. I did the Batman thing in the last game, you necessary queen sacrifice and get tortured by 1600 for 10 minutes.
By the way, I have to give that one to Grandmaster Joel Benjamin. That is a Grandmaster Joel Benjamin quote about too much Batman. Basically, you do not need to go into all of that. So I wish I could take full credit for it, but I can't.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said. Shenaniganry.
There's a great word. That is definitely not a legal Scrabble word. So is my opponent causing me trouble? I'm going to take this for lack of anything better to do, only because I wish to simplify and achieve the square. Knight to b6, of course, is what I was considering. But my knight on e2 has been waiting for this moment for some time.
Pegasus Sway
said.
No!
Will there be a simultaneous today?
I wish there could be, but I don't see it happening. Namaste, Faubourg. Namaste. I appreciate you so much for giving me the nod in the arena. I didn't realize I wasn't going to finish in first place. I had a Charles Numero Uno of all people, one of my favorite players of all time. He is going to be great, ladies and gentlemen.
Said. GG.
But ironically, I'm trying to be a good role model for Arsenal fan Richie. Even though my play, unfortunately, is not entirely up to his standard. But yeah, that's quite a good collection of eBay hits there. But I do have to run to a lesson. I have the playoffs, among other things. And I have to check on my students to see if we can get
Machalata Bob
said. GGS.
Arsenal fan Ricky
said. Appreciate the links. I will see what I can pick up. Have a nice day.
Yeah, keep searching for the Tartan publications, the original ones that I have. Try not to buy the Ishii Press. The green one is probably your best bet. Abe Books, and I don't know what happened to Powell's Books. Powell's Books must have gone under during COVID. That was a huge, huge building in Portland, Oregon, where they sold, they had a huge warehouse of out-of-print books that they really, really worked on. Thrift Books, I recommend Thrift Books, Abe Books, A-B-E, Abe Books, and there was one other one which I can't think of just now. but we're
Pegasus
going to...
Sway.
Said. Have a nice day and weekend now the laundry awaits.
Please stick around for the raid. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if that's a legitimate raid. Phoebe Witt, absolute sweetheart. Her only major sin or crime is, unfortunately...
Arsenal fan Ricky.
Said. Pegasus SWE, it never ends.
Yeah, I know. Well, at least we're doing laundry, right? At least we're doing laundry. Please check out the amazing power of Chess Informant. We're up to number 167. This is the 60th anniversary of Chess Informant. An amazing training publication for all. I have cut my teeth on it, as well as many, many others, including Magnus Carlsen and the generation before him. The generations before him. All right, everyone. Cheers and ciao. Have a super great day. We'll roll the ending
Pegasus Sway.
credits.
Said. Arsenal fan Richie, I do it.
Indeed. Airing our dirty laundry here on the stream. Cheers and ciao. Thank you so much.